All right, viewers, we're shifting our focus now to another big breaking news which is coming in. This is a strong message which has been given to the enemy by the army. Breaking news coming in. So an ultimatum has been given by the army chief. That warning has been issued to the enemy. What did he say? We are ready if needed, if the need arises any time. We are prepared. India is prepared. There could even be an operation Sindoor 2.0, a very clear warning to the enemy, to those indulging in cross-border terror, to those fomenting trouble in our country, that India will not take anything lied down. If needed, India is ready. India, the forces are prepared for every scenario. Listen in.
As far as Operation Sindoor is concerned, firstly, it is still continuing. There is temporary cessation of hostilities. So the Indian Army or all the three services are preparing well for Operation Sindoor 2.0 if it takes place. Presently, we are looking at enhancing our synergy within the three services. We are looking at equipping ourselves for the next warfare. As I have told you, the next warfare will not be limited to the land, maritime and air alone. The new entries, that is the space, cyber and cognitive warfare, will play a very important role.
All right, my colleague Mayank is joining us live on the broadcast. Mayank, take us through, the context in which the statement was made, where the statement was made, and obviously it's a very strong message to the enemy that when it comes to India, India is not someone who provokes, but if provoked, our forces are ready. We could even go for an Operation Sindoor 2.0.
Actually, right now an operation is going on in Kashmir, and wherein two terrorists are said to be holed up in an area, and forces have surrounded them. So having said that, one important point need to be brought out is on 10th of May 2025, in the afternoon when the ceasefire was called between the two sides, which is India and Pakistan, after India has launched its Operation Sindoor. That was Operation Sindoor 1. And since then, India has never said officially or has said that Operation Sindoor is over. What is also important that there were lots of lessons learned during Operation Sindoor, after which lots of changes have taken place in terms of material, which is equipments and all, and in terms of organizational changes also. And as brought out by our Army Chief Gen Dwivedi, is that not only the war is limited to the hard power, which is military, air, land and water. It has risen to the space, cyber and information warfare, which is part of the cognitive warfare, which he mentioned. Lots of changes, to the extent of biggest change after the independence, which is transforming or reorganizing the entire military into theatre command, is taking place. And CDS has recently said, which needs to be signified after the statement of Army Chief, is that theatre command, work on theatre command is almost 90% complete. This is what Army Chief is trying to signify. But as far as things is concerned, it is a clear message to anyone. And any credible military, it always prepares for all kind of scenarios. In this case, Indian military, it keeps continuing to churn out different scenarios and to build up its credible responses to those scenarios. This is what Army Chief is trying to tell, that in not only the modernization in terms of equipments, modernization in terms of training and thinking, which is going on right now within the Indian Army and armed forces.
So there is a modernization when it comes to the armed forces. We are fully prepared. India doesn't provoke, but if provoked, our forces are ready for any and every scenario. Mayank, thank you for joining us with all these details. Viewers, we're shifting our focus. Now you can also watch Times Now on Times Play, available on all major apps and also app stores.